Okay, I have scored a Subaru with bad head gaskets. It overheats in 10 minutes. So I'm on a timetable right now to make it to AutoZone, where we will pull the heads on this in the parking lot. This seems pretty nice, to be honest, minus the head gaskets being blown. Got the CarPlay. I'm starting to overheat. We gotta pull over. Oh yeah. We are done. We're cooked. We are cooked. She's a little toasty, so we're gonna leave it there for 30 minutes and then it will be ready to drive again. She's hot. So we're at AutoZone and I just spoke with the guy inside. He says it's pretty cool if we fix a car in the parking lot. It's not up to them whether they get towed. They've had one car get towed for sitting a week. We shouldn't be here more than a day, but I don't want to leave it without tags. So I'm gonna call my buddy, get temp tags. That way it's more legit. And we'll just print out a couple. New Mexico, you only need a back plate, but we're gonna put one in the front because tinted windows, and we don't want this thing getting towed, because then I'll have to fix it at the tow yard and I'll be mad.
What's going on, man?
What's up, man? How you doing?
Good, bro. How about you?
Good. I just bought that Subi.
God, the cost check?
No, the one you've Carfaxed for me.
Oh, did you buy it? Cool.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So you know why I'm calling.
Oh, God, dude. Just kidding. Temp tag?
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure, dude. You need it right away, or?
Yeah. Shout out to everybody that helps me do stuff like this. Got the car tagged. I don't feel like doing it tonight because it's dark, and I feel like y'all will enjoy footage with the sun out. So I'm gonna come back in the morning, pull the heads off then. Well, I'm back at the car. I didn't feel like doing it yesterday in the rain, so I checked the weather, and this is what we got today. Much better. Anyway, let's go ahead and get into it. This is an in-depth how-to video, so I'm not gonna skip any steps. I'm gonna let you guys know what it takes to get the heads off in the car. Let's dive right in. The battery needs to come out. This intake, just get all those off, throw them in the trunk. I forgot to give you guys the basic rundown of this. It is salvage title, but I inspected it. I ran a Carfax. I couldn't really find much damage. And according to Carfax, it was like all over. So I kind of think a tree fell on it. It said there was major roof damage, but like, I didn't really feel any Bondo. And I don't really care, to be honest. It looks good. That's what matters. So someone that doesn't care that it has a branded title is gonna buy it. And I scored it for $1,800. It has an upgraded CarPlay stereo. I love when people do that. Decent interior, heated seats. It's the CVT that I don't like, the TR690, but once again, I don't care because I'm selling it. So overall, I'm really happy with the car for $1,800, and actually I can tell this fender was definitely replaced. The body lines are a little off, and that door line's a little wacky, but I mean, $1,800. Solid. So I am currently just organizing tools because everything's a wreck. Like, those need to be organized before I start. So we're getting organized, then I'm diving into it. Before starting up here, I gotta get coolant draining. That way it has time to drain. We both forgot to charge the Hyper Tough, so we're gonna see what it will do on 2 bars. The only heavy work in here is the head bolts, so I'd prefer to test it charged, obviously. We'll see. I do have my M18 here in case we need it. First up, I need to get the splash shield so I can access the, what's it called? The radiator drain. These newer cars have Phillips. Luckily, I bought one since I almost never have one. These are the ones I'm used to. And then we should have a couple 12s. Gotta see if they have a dumpster so I can throw this thing in the trash like I always do. Now I can get to the drain plug. I think this radiator's been replaced. I think it should be over here. I don't really know. Now that the coolant's draining, I can go ahead and get the intake off and associated plastics. These, I don't have my pliers, so I'm just gonna pull on it and hope nothing breaks. Actually, 90-degree needle nose work good to pop this up. And we just started, so let's see how we're doing on time. 11:52. Let's see how long this takes in a parking lot. Hopefully, I don't need any special tools. So there was a 10mm nut here and then a bolt down here. Now we're not going to disassemble any of this. We're going to pop this off. And there's a hose clamp that we can release right there. Now there's 2 Phillips clips, just like held on the skid plate. These, you just get them to come up a little bit and grab them with your fingers. If you put downward force on them, they won't pop up. We're gonna do our usual bolt organization, which is start here and work your way over. This is a one-day job, so it will just go right back together. Ideally, unless we run into something, we'll find out. PCV hose right here. Just twist and pull down. Now the intake will slide out. Maybe. We're just gonna leave it in the car. There. You happy, Subaru? You can keep your intake. Ooh, we should probably buy a filter.
Yuck.
That looks not good. And I never replace these. So that means this one's back. Next, we're going for fans, expansion tank, this plastic thing, serpentine. Super simple. These shouldn't be Phillips, but they are. So whatever you have, probably plastic tabs. Now, my favorite part, onto the hose. Your hose, you're gonna wanna get the clamp off. Make sure to twist all your hoses as always. So you don't break stuff. Expansion tank. And this radiator looks like it's seen better days, so I'm probably gonna replace it. Battery, I normally don't take these out, but we're pulling the head in the car instead of pulling the whole motor, so it's better to have it out of the way. Hyper Tough got in that tight spot. It's pretty crusty. Serpentine, 15. I never pay attention to the belt orientation and always just somehow figure it out. Sometimes I'm really confused, so we'll cross that bridge later. Alternator is going to come off and just get shoved to the side. There's a tab for the wiring back here. Then got to disconnect the AC compressor. has a second plug over here, unlike the older ones. Unfortunately, you cannot get on this 12 without getting this out, so a 14 will get this out. Now we can hit this 12 and this 12. There's a 10 right here that holds down this bracket. I'm just gonna get it out of the way. This one we can just loosen. And I just remembered, you don't actually have to take this all the way off. You just loosen it and it slides in on these newer ones. Now let's go for power steering. 14, 14, 14, and one more back here. Same as the old ones. Since I'm down here, I'm gonna also do this lower bar because I'm right here with the socket. Oh, come on. What do you mean? This thing's the killer. But we also didn't charge the battery on the Hyper Tough, so I don't know how I feel yet. And there's your answer. Someone tightened the shit out of that. So it's not on the Hyper Tough, it's still in the running. God. Yeah, she needs to be charged. You don't have to take these two 12s out. You can just keep this bar in one piece. As you guys can see, I do most of my work with basic Harbor Freight tools. Wobbles are nice, but other than that, you don't need much. I'm gonna wait on that one until the intake's off, I believe. Also, I forgot to buy quick connects to get the fuel line off. We can buy some here, or I'm gonna try to just push the intake to the side and see if that will work. We'll see. We're gonna just go for power steering now. 12. 12. And one more 12 back here. I recommend putting the socket all the way on. Stay. Now I'm gonna disconnect whatever wiring I can reach. Crank sensor, oil pressure, water temp. Get these oxygen sensors taken care of. And there's a back button to release it from the clip. This one sucks. You need a pick to get the bottom clip. Coil packs. And the PCV hoses on these come off with the intake manifold, so we're gonna go ahead and try to break this loose at very minimum, but pull it all the way up. Continuing around, we have the main engine harness, which I should have taken that 10 mil out. Weight reduction. Then there's a clip on the bottom again. Ow. Ow. Wow. Oh. I'm so used to the old ones, I was trying to pull it sideways. You pull it backward on this one. Like that. Dummy. 12 millimeter right here. Put that back in the hole, as we will not be losing it, as that's the main engine ground. 3 sensors back here. And that's pretty much all the wiring on this side, so we will continue to the other side now. Oh, interesting. On the new ones, they discontinued coolant to the throttle body, which is nice. Oh, no, wait. They do coolant to the intake manifold so you can pull the throttle body. Okay. It's been a while since I've done one of these. Exactly 7 months to be precise when I posted the video on how to resurface these heads. Moving on around the intake, we need to get these EGR. It is a 7/8. Hopefully it's not too tight because someone's already done head gaskets on this thing. Now I can't remember if I pull the pipe with the head or whatnot, but we'll worry about that later. Now there are 2 coolant lines and a NOx sensor back here. So one coolant line's on this side of the intake, and I'm gonna pull it off. I'm gonna pull it off down here because it looks easier to put back on. We also have PCV hoses. This one pulls off. This one down here goes into the intake and it has one of those crush clamps. We're gonna break that clamp and then replace it with a zip tie or something. I'm not too sure. But I don't care about these clamps. They're annoying. You just get a pick and wedge it in there and that will get them loose. Pull. Now we can get to the throttle body coolant right here, which is funny. They pulled it out of the throttle body so you can service the throttle body, but they still make it run through a manifold, aka the intake manifold, to heat the throttle body. And in case you didn't know why throttle bodies are heated, it is to prevent them from sticking during the cold weather months, so you don't have a stuck throttle. Next up, NOx sensor. It is down below the EGR pipe. And I think you just pull on these. I can't remember. Let's see. Oh no, there's a button. Press the button. Oh, there's 2 buttons on these new ones. Press and pull. There we go. If it won't come out, if it's being really stubborn, get a 12 and unbolt it from the block. Now moving into the driver's side, we have brake booster, oil packs, this one also has an oil level sensor, which is this white one right here. Don't forget to disconnect that. And PCV once again. Now on the front of the driver's head, we have the VVL sensors and oil pressure sensors, as well as the cam position sensor right here. And that should sum up all the wiring, I hope. Let's find out by unbolting the intake and seeing if we can pull it to the side. I normally disconnect these fuel lines, but in the head resurfacing video, when I was talking about flat rate and stuff, someone commented and said they were a Subaru tech and they don't do that. They just flip the intake to the side. So we'll give that a shot and see if that saves me some time. Milwaukee do it. I highly doubt it. Oh, never mind. Oh yeah, this thing has power. Oh my god. I use my M12s now. The M18 bucks. I need to get that M12 stubby. I don't think you need to pull those things off. I think you can just pull the intake to the side. Assuming you disconnected everything, which doesn't feel like I did. It's on that side. Oh, it's the EGR tube. I'm just stupid. So, slide the intake that way, get it off the EGR tube. Now now we can get to this 14. And the intake, will it flip to the side now? Oh, we're totally good. We're getting close. The previous person that did the head gaskets took the engine out because the cover's gone. We're not doing that. We're in AutoZone's parking lot. Make sure to block your ports so nothing gets in your cylinders. This is why I save all my half-used rags. They're very useful for stuff like that. I want to get this out of the way so I can get power steering here, break down the front of the motor, get all the timing off, then I'm going to hit the passenger side, and the passenger side is easier than the driver's side because it's further forward. This cylinder 1 and 3, this cylinder 2 and 4, so we're further back, and I just remember it being harder. So if I do this side first, I can take this AC compressor and wrap it over here and get all this crap out of my way. This is my thought. Bend the wheel liner down. Bend it down more. Yeah. There we go. Give me. Look at that. Now, just push it back. Go in your home. You live there now. Time to get the timing off. Oh, this thing. I want this off. These are always broken, so just ignore the fact that they're already broken. Okay, the Milwaukee got it. Now we should be good. Nope, this one right here. Timing looks good enough for us to use it. I was gonna replace the whole kit, but it's like 320 bucks here. O'Reilly's is like 280, and I get the Asian kits for 230, which are better, not Gates crap. This is a Gates kit replaced at 140. This car is 164 on it now, so I'm not gonna put another trash China kit on it. It's either going Japan or it's gonna run. What we got here? Oh, I didn't bring a fucking timing pin. Damn it. I think this will be what we need. Yes, I'm using the timing belt to push the tensioner back. That is correct. Oh, there we go, it's in. So now the tensioner is released, I hope. Yeah. I should do a water pump because that could be the culprit. It almost never is, so, but we'll see. If it's original, it might get done. So I'm gonna go for the tooth. You know what? No, I'm going for this one. Ooh, that was not tight either. No major oil leaks, so we're not addressing front main or cam seals, nothing. We're addressing the head gaskets. Subarus are super easy to time. TDC is this thing straight up. Just like that right there. That will get his tension off probably. Belts off. Did I mark the timing? No, I'll figure it out. We can still see marks. So we'll be good. There's the crank mark right there. The dotted one, solid ones are cams. Gates, T304. Fuck Gates products. Anyone in the industry will tell you the same shit. They moved to China, they're shit. This is a Gates pump though, so I'm not changing it. I have a feeling that whoever did these head gaskets 24K ago, I have two feelings. One, they didn't surface the heads. Two, they stripped the block, and I'm gonna go find a bridge to... Hopefully the heads just weren't surfaced and the gasket slapped it. Let's remove them and find out. As of right now, I'm gonna drain oil since we got timing done. Before I forget, there's a 10mm here to the dipstick. I forget pretty much every time. So let's get that out of the way. And let's get the timing backing plate that connects the block to the head. Got the exhaust. Someone's replaced this cat, which I noticed right when I asked the guy. He says it's a good one that doesn't throw a check engine light. I'll find out on the way back to New Mexico. Can you imagine doing all these by hand? Fuck that. I don't work without impacts. Now down by the transmission, there's a 14 that I like to drop. Okay, watch out, that exhaust is coming down. And don't forget to disconnect the sensors. For the oxygen sensor. The sensors. The words. Exhaust is dropped. At the point where we can pull the heads. So coil packs, valve covers, head bolts, heads off. We might have to jack up the engine. We'll find out. You always want to do the back ones first. The last one tends to be hard, and you don't want it to be the back one. There's a ground. Don't forget that. Don't want to rip it. Now when I crack this, I'm gonna try to rotate it downward to catch all the oil. Yeah, the blanket caught it. Looks clean inside. Last step, head bolts. I do have two sized extensions and a short half drive. This should be enough to get the size combos. If I remember correctly, you torque 3 from the bottom. So, yeah. No, you don't have to untorque in a certain pattern. Just untorque the damn head. 3 more to go. It's easiest to jack the car up so you can swing the breaker bar. I'm scared, just for safety. Hey, so I gotta take these head bolts off for the next 10 minutes, so I'll see you guys in 10 minutes. I can't get any of the bolts out because of the frame rail, so I'm gonna see if I can just leave them in the head. I believe that's how I did it last time. Now, I've heard Subaru techs say to drop it out the bottom. I don't know. I'm gonna just pull the head out the fucking car and not overthink it. Give me head! Right now I'm using the block to shove the bolts backward, if that makes sense. One more, come on. Come on. Oh, there we go. Oh, here we go. Now you want to rag the coolant out of the block because we're going to leave this car sitting here. And let's look at the head gasket. As I have said in the machining video, they always blow between exhausts because it gets hot. It blew right there where that seal is broken, right there too. We have a new Gates water pump. I'm not too concerned about the water pump. Machine some heads, throw some new head gaskets on. I'm gonna replace the radiator too. This looks like shite, and I don't want to decrease cooling efficiency with moss and greenery and stuff. So we'll grab a radiator, an air filter, and that's about it, honestly. I'm gonna keep this as basic as possible. Down and dirty, AutoZone parking lot, quick flip, drive back to New Mexico. I like keeping the head bolts right where they came out of. I just like doing it for some reason. So what I do with the head bolts is I go like this, and then go like this on the top ones, and then I keep them oriented in a way so I'll know where to put them back exactly where they came from. Just like that. Bottom here, top there, back, front. One head down, one to go. This one is the harder one if I remember correctly. I believe I had to unbolt the motor mount and jack it up and finesse a couple things. Let's just dive in and see what happens. For now, I'm gonna get everything out of my way that I can. I don't want to put this intake upside down for purposes of bolts going backward in it up the runner. That's good right there. Maybe if I pull this, find me a little more. This AC is annoying. We'll just work around it. I'll get this looped this way. If we look at the water pump, look at all this residue. It's been leaking from here. I think a leaky water pump or hose over here, if we see all this residue, one of these led to low coolant, and that's why the head gaskets blew again. Yeah, this one doesn't like coming out. That is why I jacked up the engine last time. Maybe if I try harder. I'm gonna pull this 14 motor mount and jack the engine up. I don't know what this is, but just gonna get it out of the way. The head's off. That's where I like to jack from, the header. So I'm just gonna shove it under something. I'd not recommend getting under that car right now, but we should be able to get that out. Oh, the EGR tube. That's gonna be not fun. Hopefully I can get it. Kind of just depends on how all this crap is oriented. Ow. There it goes. I really hate tightening this thing with a passion. Wiggle that pipe kinda, like just wiggle it to zero tension on it, if that makes sense.
This? Oh, this
Yes.
one.
To zero tension on it. So kinda just hold it, support it. You know what I mean? Yes, perfect. Oh, it's out. Alright, there we go. We'll leave that sitting. Dipstick is gonna fight me on this one. Come on. It's that back bolt. It's not cooperating. Maybe I should pull the dipstick out. I don't know. Maybe. Let's see if it comes out easy. Yep. Down in there is the one holding those up. So I just jacked the absolute piss out of it, and that looks a lot better. Oh, I wedged it in there. It's okay. Come here, girl. Yes, come to me. There we go. Both heads out. For time, we have just under 3 hours. The last time I did it at my house, it took about an hour and 10 minutes. Hardly worth pulling the motor when I got it done that fast. However, like, understand, I'm in an AutoZone parking lot in Portland, or where are we?
Vancouver, Washington.
Vancouver, Washington. So, it's doable. If you're thinking you can't do it in your garage, you can do it in your garage. The hardest thing is the back of the driver's head has that 7/8. Depending on if someone's over tightened it outside the car, that can really bite you. But I mean, get on top of the engine, kick the shit out of it. You'll get it. We're gonna go ahead and clean up because now we gotta head to Home Depot and do some head resurfacing. If you haven't seen my video on how to resurface your heads yourself for like 35 bucks, I'll link it right here. And I'll link it down below as well. That is pretty much summing up the end of this video. The point has been how to remove your heads. I jacked the absolute crap out of the driver's side engine to tilt it to get that last head bolt. I remember that from the last time I did it, but I forgot till I got into it. For reference, I had to get it that high off the mount. And if you do the water pump, which you should, I'm not gonna because it's been replaced and that's not the issue. You can pull this whole pipe off and you don't have to work around that. Then you can leave the EGR connected. That's what I did last time and pulled the head out with that pipe attached. Once again, it's not rocket science. It's nuts and bolts. Get to wrenching, stop looking up videos, and you'll accomplish way more. We're off to get some food. We haven't eaten all day, and it's, fuck, I don't know, what time is it?
I think it's like 3:20.
2:48. We'll see you guys over at Home Depot. Also, don't forget to like the video. There's our blown head gasket right there and a little bit around there. Almost there. And that is how you resurface heads in the Home Depot parking lot. Time to go to the car wash. It's a Subaru, living my life. $45, $90, $90, It's 11. We're gonna burp the coolant. I'll tighten the EGR tube. It runs. That's an exhaust leak. I'll take care of that right now. 11:48, we've been heat cycling it. It's ready for its maiden voyage. We've been monitoring temperature and it is holding rock solid at like 172. So that's it, we're done. That's how to do head gaskets in an AutoZone parking lot in about 14 hours, including we went to Golden Corral and we went to Home Depot and resurfaced the heads. Solid. I'll see you guys back in New Mexico. Well, guys, I'm back in New Mexico. My cat is alive. Yeah, you missed me? And the Subaru did great. Minus, I was monitoring all my temperatures in OBD2, and it was fluctuating more than I liked. Like I said, I was going to put a radiator on it. I did notice some damage up here. But from AutoZone 220, and I get them on Amazon like 80 bucks. So I decided to just order one out here to New Mexico. And the reason is, when I looked at the water pump, at the bottom, I could see that residue. Now, where's it coming from? The weep hole. As I said, it's a Gates pump. And if we look at the info, also this took me like 30 minutes to tear down. It was replaced at 141 on 9/27/23. So that water pump lasted a year and 20K before it started leaking. That's why I talk down on Gates products. I would not do that if they weren't shit, but they are. And there's only one part I do like, which is the tensioner, because it has a bigger bore pin that leaks less. And it's made in Canada. So all this trash is going, radiator's going, getting all that taken care of. Car's great, besides the temp running a little hot, which it would only hit like 215. And that's when the Subaru demands fans. Is past 212, it demands fans. So once the fans ran, it was okay. And on the really mountainous areas, I could downshift with the paddle shifters and kick up the RPMs, and it would instantly drop. So shit water pump, but this is what we got going in. AZIN TKF 006. Only use AZIN if you are doing this. If you have the thermostat that goes on the bottom, you need TKF 001, I think. Don't quote me on that, but I'm 90% sure. And yeah, there we go. This car, little general maintenance, little headlight buff, and then washing it because I drove through a blizzard in New Mexico last night. Don't be a scared brother. But overall, I'm super stoked with the car. It put down 1,500 miles, no problem, ran great. So I'm confident I have a nice car to sell. Thanks for watching, guys. Make sure to like and subscribe. We are moving into Toyota content next, which I know a lot of you ask about. My life is just kind of dependent on what is going on. I've been searching for one of these bodies to film that video on, but everything out here in New Mexico is sunbeat and clapped, and I just got so tired of it that it was a 2-for-1 trip. So that is why that trip happened. My buddy who I sold the facelifted 4th gen 4Runner to, he called me with some unfortunate news, but now we get to make a video involving that Tacoma and the front end on it. So stay tuned for that. We'll see you guys next time.